Hello, hello. Well, who's ever going to sign on? People sign on, they'll come on later, or I don't even know. I just set it up where I don't have questions because I don't want to, well, I don't have comments because I don't want to respond to these comments and then say something that I shouldn't say and then get banned because that's happened, excuse me, on these apps. But hey everybody, I hope you're all doing well. I hope whatever time I meet you, I greet you, whether it be morning, evening, morning, afternoon, or evening. I hope you're well, and everyone around you is well and in a good place. And remember, stay hydrated. Always stay hydrated. Um, but today, I would like to talk about the New York City mayoral election that just happened, and I am very happy that Mom Donnie won the primary, and I'm glad that Cuomo did not win because Andrew Cuomo, no disrespect to you, but the real deal is that when women come forward with accusations, um, they're not saying it just because they have nothing better to do. So, yeah, that gig is up, and well, you lost. I, you're not going to be mayor. Like I said, no disrespect. But anyway, yeah, so there's a lot of storytelling going on now with Zorhan Mamdani, and there's a lot of falsehoods being stated about him that he is anti anti SEMI. I don't want to say the word, but that's a lie. That there's no truth in that. He is anti-Geno. There's a big difference. See, what the media has been doing, they have been convoluting people that are speaking up against the atrocities that are going on, and they're then framing that as being anti-Semite. Okay, and that is the biggest bunch of misrepresentation that we are seeing now, that we have seen. I mean, everything in government is always it's all like it's all a covert operation. Everything is, because there's just constant lies and manipulation. But yeah, so that's what they're doing with Zorhan Mamdani. They're trying to claim him as being an anti-Semite. They're saying that he wants Sharia law. That's also a lie. People see, the media spreads all this because they have the wealth. They have the wealth. They have all the networks. They have, networks in all 50 states and the underlying regions, and they also have networks that reach abroad. So they're going to spew the hatred towards him to try to dissuade people from voting for him. But the more you go ahead and you denounce someone and you keep making allegations about them that aren't true, they're going to shine. You know, cream always rises to the top. So he's going to shine. Remember that. He's going to shine. And to hear and see what politicians have posted online, they need to be censored. They need to be censored because you are portraying such misrepresentation about an individual. And also, there are a bunch of Islamophobes too, because you saw what that woman from, that lady with the bad BBB, yeah, that blonde. Um, she posted on X the Statue of Liberty covered all in black. But that they need to be censored for that, because that's misrepresentation, and it's what they do. It's what they do. I mean, if you tell a lie long enough, and you have backers and you have media to back you up and spread those lies become the truth, you know? Just like January 6th, right? They were just there on a tour. They were just well behaved altar boys. They went there to just go see the ornaments and the statues. And I bet you a few of them were also maybe carpenters. They wanted to learn about carpentry skills and they were so impressed with all the designs, you know? Yeah, it's all lies. It's lies and manipulation. And it's what the media is good for. It's especially when it comes to politics, you know? So yeah, he's gonna win. He's gonna win. And what they're saying about him, they're all lies. They're all lies because the people who want the job, they have the backers who are responsible for all the media coverage. Hi, Andrew. Yeah, yeah. So, you know, the gig is up. The gig is up. See, his win is so historic in this time now because him winning, Mamdani women winning is representative of how 70% of the United States citizens feel, you know? Because people are they see now, hey, they got played. Those who voted for the Donald, they got played, you know? Those who the billionaires who have the big money, that's their boy, you know, that's their dude. Of course. But you know, but people think like they're it's amazing how people think once they start making some money, they automatically assume that they're big willies. Who's this guy? Oh, I see some guy walking by my house. Had like a weight on. Um, so yeah, they just the constant lies that you're spewing, um, it's just going to backfire on all of them. That's what's going to happen, you know. So I would just like to know, you know, like when will the time ever come when there are immediate ramifications to a lie that is stated about a politician, about an event, you know, there needs to be a law against that. There needs to be a law against that because it's just, well, that's what they do in politics. That's why I have no use for politics. To me, it's just, you know, like I said the political Ponzi scheme, and now you got these people on these channels that they use that word, political Ponzi scheme, because that's what it comes down to, you know. But I'm so happy that they have the ranked choice voting in New York City. Even though I'm no longer a resident of the five boroughs, I am a city kid. Well, kid, 65. I'm a city senior now. Oh, I'm a golden senior. Oh. 65, that Botox is working. No, I haven't had Botox. I haven't had Botox in over 2 years. And I got no makeup on because I was local. But yeah, people, like I said, 70% of Americans feel the way New Yorkers voted. So remember that. Remember that because what we got a big switch and bait. We got a lot of promises that were made. And, you know, oh, by the way, Donald, if anybody from Donald's camp is watching, there's nowhere in the 50 states that gasoline is $1.99. I know you said that a couple of weeks ago, but no, that's not a truth. That's not a truth, Donald. That's just not a truth. I really wish you wouldn't tell those fibs, but anyway. This is why I couldn't be a politician because I'd be like, "Why are you lying, mother? You're a liar." Yeah, they'd be like, "Security, get her out of here. She's calling us out because we're lying. Security, you liar." Yeah, but that's what they do. That's politics, you know. Another thing too that has been really, really sad to see is during this crisis that's been going on, and it's not a war, it's a geno, because a war is where warring parties have the same level of striking force, and the Palestinians don't have any level of striking force other than the Houthis. Okay, so yeah, you see people. Um, I guess they just live, or maybe it's just. I think we live in such a world that's so distorted because of social media, where people they show all these activities that they're doing, and meanwhile, when the bill comes, the server comes back and your card has been declined. People are, oh shit. But yeah, like people, they're not, either they don't care, you know. Like for me, I'm the type of person where stuff like this, it touches. It's devastating to see, and to finally now at 65 years old. Well, I came to this realization before 65, but to know that the United States government is so corrupt, and when it comes to war, because every time there's a war that starts, even though it's with another country, a good percentage of the time it's a proxy war that the United States is starting. But they think like the American people, they think like society in general, they think that we're dumb. They think like we're Woody Woodpeckers, like our head screws on, like Woody Woodpecker, you could screw his head on, and he'll go whichever way you want, Geppetto, you know. But yeah, we have a very, well, we have a screwed up situation. We have government that doesn't work, and now we're seeing it. Now we're seeing it front and center. Now it's in three dimension. Before things were hidden, and like we didn't. Well, if unless you're like not in tune, a lot of people just kind of like tuned out politics, but now with social media, everything is front and center. So anyway, I went a long way for that story, but I wanted to express myself. And Go Mondani, I like to, I would vote for you 100%. You would have my vote, but I don't live in the five boroughs. I used to. I used to. I used to be a Manhattanite, and I used to live in district number, I think it was 5. Anyway, yep. Till next time. Everybody have a good day. And to the media, stop spreading lies about things that are not true. Because you're all a bunch of Pinocchios. Like Pinocchio sniffing glue. There you go. Pinocchio sniffing glue, telling lies every day, every time, 24/7. It's one lie about after another. You know. And so according to what the news says, that Iran removed all of their proposed nuclear reactors. So this so-called big hit, big whammo, it was like a big shambo. It was like shambo for scambo. Shambo for scambo from Trump Tucko. But yeah, there was really not much damage. I mean, not damage where it would totally debilitate Iran. That's not, these countries know. They know how the United States plays. We play very dirty. We play very dirty. And then we go ahead and we give crumbs afterwards. It's like, what this tragedy that's gone on in Gaza, how they have they have aid going, but it's aid that's set up by some shady players. And when these poor families, these poor individuals that are malnourished as it is and dehydrated, when they go to the location to retrieve any type of small crumb nourishment, they're all being bumped off. This is government. This is what government does. So yeah, it's all a big scam. It's all a big scam. But everybody, have a good day, and do the right thing, my people. Till next time, peace and blessings. Congratulations, Mom Donnie. Alhamdulillah, Rahman Ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah, Rahman.